Welcome into RFC 1 for the Xbox. I am Uncle Jendo. I am joined by Matt Rex as Zane is out sick with COVID. Get better soon, buddy. But Matt Rex, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing very good, thank you. And I just want to say get well soon to Zane as well. We're missing him here in the league.
Sure are. But without further ado, let's hop into what should be a great night of fights. We're going to be opening up with Ragnar versus Jack Canetti. For those who are more familiar with the league and have seen some in action, we know Ragnar is the tragic Bronson of this league, the Can Bisping of this league. He sits there and he tries to get a win going up against Canetti. It's a brawler versus a wrestler. The stylistic matchup favors Jack. Do you think Ragnar has a chance in hell tonight?
I don't think so. From what I've seen from Ragnar, his ground game especially is one of his weaker aspects, and that's where Jack's kind of specialised. So I think if this fight
Yeah, it
gets
should
to
be
the
definitely
ground,
be interesting. But do you think if Jack decides to keep it standing, do you think Ragnar has the advantage up there?
I mean, maybe. I mean, Ragnar, he has shown spurts of being a very good striker, but he'd need to show that for 3 rounds. I can't see him finishing Jack.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And moving on, we have something that looks like it's a little too low on the card for my liking, but it's going to be a treat for everybody watching. Martial Law bringing his balanced style, going up against Vincenzo Palmero, and Vincenzo's the guy he's short, but he manages his distance well, and he may be the best pure boxer in the league. Going against Martial Law, who looks like a top dog out here. How do you see that fight playing out?
I can see that fight being close and competitive, but I think Marshall's going to try and take that one to the ground. I think Vincenzo, as you said, is one of the best pure boxers in the league. You don't want to stay on the feet with that guy. If you think you've got a chance on the ground, just take it there.
Yeah, and there's no reason not to. After that, we'll move on to Jeremy Thoransky trying to wrestle his way to a victory over Ryan Wheeler. Both guys look hungry to get a win. Wheeler making a debut. We saw Thoransky in a prelim. But after that, it's going to be me going up against Michael Robinson, and I'll let you chime in on that one because I don't want to talk too much about myself.
I can see that being a good. I think it's stand and bang fight. Two strikers. I can see both guys trying to finish that one on the feet, and it should be a good fight.
Hopefully we bring the energy. Hopefully we put on a show, and then we get into the first of two tournament semifinal fights to determine the first Xbox One RFC champion. Our co-main event will be Daniel Ocean Man Beamler with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style going up against Bang Bang. And as if you can't tell by the name, he's definitely a striker. This is a clash of styles, and this should be a hell of a fight. Daniel Beamler, a member of Team Anaconda, my fight team, as is Dean Kepka in the main event against Tony Nurmagomedov. So I've got some rooting allegiances here. I'm definitely pulling for Daniel and Dean. But what do you think the key to victory would be for Bang Bang against Daniel in the co-main?
Definitely to try and keep that fight on the feet, and also if he gets taken down, he's got to stay calm. Try not to rush transitions. Um, Dan's gonna be looking for those submissions. You've got to manage your stamina really well on the ground against them. Just stay calm and try and get the transitions when you can.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how those styles play out against each other. I do know Daniel, and I've sparred with him like a few times, and he is known to be drawn into a war, so look out for that as well. But in the main event, we have Dean Kepka bringing a dominant wrestling style versus who likes to be called Notorious Tony Nurmagomedov. I can't even lie to you, man. I hope Dean knocks him out just for the name, but I think Dean will be looking to get it to the ground. Do you agree with the game plan that Dean should try to pound him out on the ground?
Absolutely, and I also think though that Dean may try and show a bit of stand-up, just to show the league that he isn't just a guy who's going to take it to the ground, and that if you try and keep him standing, he can stand with you as well.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And all I hope for tonight is that we can match the level of fights from RFC 1 on the PS4. It was electric. It was incredible. And let's hope we can open the Xbox just as strong. I think it's going to be a lot different style wise. We've got a lot more grapplers here on the Xbox side of things. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show, man. And we will be opening with Ragnar Odinson versus Jack Canetti. I'm actually pretty excited to see this fight. Ragnar is known to go to war. He is a reckless striker, as you told me before we got recording. And I think he's going to look to give us a bang here. Going to be interesting to see what Jack Kennedy brings to try and get it to the ground.
Definitely. I mean, Jack Knight is a more well-rounded fighter, so you think he's going to try and maybe take this to the ground, but you never know. Might keep it on the feet.
A lot of guys use that style, that stand-up style, man, and with a wrestling build or a balanced build, and oftentimes it's shown because people don't want to go to the ground, and a lot of times just showing, hey, I'm a wrestler, will keep someone from trying to take you there. And Canetti's showing good pressure boxing early on. Maybe his style is a little bit of a decoy as he gets the clinch.
Definitely. I mean, also Ragnar's got to watch his lunges a little bit. He's kind of lunging around a lot before Jack commits to a strike, and he can lunge into a hook, and that's fight over, or a roundhouse kick.
And you like to see head movement, but you don't like to see it this early on when you haven't really seen a pattern to the strikes. That's how you get knocked out early and look foolish. But Ragnar hasn't paid yet. Going to be interesting to see if he.
Yeah, and you'd also think as the fight goes on, especially when you're showing your hand this early, Jack's going to start to catch on to where you like to lunge and when you like to do it, and he'll just start hitting you as you do it. Look at that!
And there we see it. And you're right, because I even catch myself online. A lot of times I'll lunge, and it always feels more comfortable to lunge one way over the others. And it may seem like it lands or it works, but they will catch on to it as Canetti gets him down to the ground into side control, now half guard.
His posture's up now, and Ragnar's ground defense, he blocks the hook, but he's getting pounded out here. He's not slipping the straights at all.
Jack started throwing that straight, and Ragnar looked starstruck. He couldn't do anything about it. What do you think it was? Do you think he was just thinking he was doing so well with the hooks that he was almost just believing that it'll stay there, and he just froze up for a few seconds, took a lot of damage?
Possibly. I mean, but he landed some good kicks once he got back on the feet.
And that body hook.
I mean, he can keep up with Jack, in my opinion, on the feet, especially if he calms down the lunges a little bit, can serve some more stamina. But if this fight goes back to the ground, I can't see it lasting too long there.
Yeah, and Ragnar may not pay too much for those back lunges because he is such the longer fighter. And Jack really looks like he's a weight class below, but he's putting on the pressure well as a failed ankle pick there. And Ragnar lands a nice switch kick to the body, slips out of the way of a straight punch.
I mean, that switch kick is certainly one of the better body kicks, in my opinion, on UFC 4 this year. It does a lot of damage, and it's really quick to get to the target, and obviously that feint can sell a lot of people that you're going to the head.
Oh, Ragnar goes for a straight to the body, ate a big shot to the head. I don't know if you see how low his head health went. And then that left roundhouse kick to the head also gets him in trouble. Now Ragnar fighting back. This is a hell of a fight.
Yeah, and Jack gets the ankle pick, takes us to the ground. But that's the issue with those back lunges. If someone times a kick, they can knock you out really easily.
Especially a nicely timed front kick, man. And one of my favorite combos is jab straight, right roundhouse. And when you throw that, that covers a lot of distance. Those back lunges scare me. I've been on the back end of some pretty brutal knockouts from that position.
And now we got Jack here in half guard. He's postured up again. I mean, the way he was damaging earlier, you'd think more straights. Just Ragnar can't deal with the straights.
He did a better job this time than last, but that's not saying much because he still ate the majority of them. Jack looks very comfortable here on the ground, and Ragnar's got to be hoping to get up.
He gets a reversal into half guard from the straight.
He pulls it to full guard now.
That transition gets denied straight away. Jack
that was an impressive denial. Ragnar hasn't gone that direction once this round, and he goes for the triangle choke, and it is denied instantly. What reaction time there by Canetti?
Oh, he's looking to try and go in this time, though. We've got to see what Jack's sub-defense looks like now.
Jack's sub-defense does not look very impressive, but Ragnar looks like he may not really know what to do here on this ground.
When you fight online, trying to follow those guys who are just flicking the stick to different angles is very difficult to actually submit them on.
Oh, and Ragnar gets the flip in position. He's got half guard. It'd be interesting to see if he wants to posture up here. No, he goes for the get up. He should have postured up first.
And now Jack takes his back. He's got the backside here.
You can tell Ragnar is not very experienced on the ground, and it's really showing. This is definitely going to be Jack Canetti's #1 way to victory.
Oh, a kind of suplex there. Ragnar lands on his knees. This posture up from backside is so deadly. You can do so much damage from there, but he runs out of stamina.
Ragnar is desperate and he gets the back. That'll have him survive for this round, but I think that's all he can do. You see, he wants to get up. He doesn't have time, so he postures up, trying to get some ground and pound in, but Canetti doesn't eat too many shots. The round is over, and you've got to think Jack Canetti's got that one in his favor.
I mean, absolutely. The damage he did there on the ground, I'm surprised he didn't throw more straights. Both reversals were off hooks. I mean, when your opponent's showing you they can't handle those straights, why even bother trying to throw the hooks at that point? Maybe one or two to keep them honest, but...
Literally just mixing one in with a bunch of straights will make them try to block it if they were so prone to it early on. You got to catch on to little habits like those if you want to fight hit the top level here in the RFC.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, really impressing so far. I mean, his stand-up is... I'd say it's simple striking, but it's effective. You know, he's not throwing spinning shots, he's not throwing head kicks a lot, but
it's exactly the type of pressure boxing you need with a wrestling style. Push a striker backwards into the fence, exactly where you want him. Give him no space to move, trap him there, get him to the ground, do your dominant groundwork. Canetti's looking great here, and Ragnar's definitely game.
yeah, I mean, that was a very nice lunge there for hook. You can see Jack's throwing a few more front kicks now. He's starting to catch on to those lunges. Oh.
Yeah, but Ragnar's also in a little bit more of a groove. You see how he's moving out of the way of a lot more strikes and smoothly slipping them as opposed to earlier.
And also, Ragnar's got quite a decent stamina advantage now. You've got to maybe try and pepper a few body kicks in, take this fight to the third round, take him into deep waters, you know? Try and really use that stamina advantage.
Yeah, and I think if he attacks the body a little bit more, then we could have a huge stamina. Oh my goodness, what an overhand right, and Jack Canetti is in trouble. He's dropped.
Down.
Ragnar got a little overzealous there and throws a spinning back kick at the air, but what an impressive sequence for Ragnar there.
Oh, very nice slip into the uppercut, but that overhand was perfectly timed there by Ragnar, just as Jack was opening up for a kick. I mean,
both fighters throwing simultaneous kicks to the body there, and then Ragnar eats a front kick for his troubles. Who do you think has the advantage here after Ragnar got the knockdown, but Jack's pressing him into the cage, and it doesn't seem to have affected him much?
If I'm Jack, I'm doing whatever I can to get this fight to the ground right now.
Oh my, nice what a right roundhouse kick. Ragnar is in trouble, and the tide has turned once again. Ragnar fights back, but Canetti seems to have taken the advantage now.
Oh, wow. Oh!
This is back and forth. This is nonstop. I have no idea who's got the upper hand here. And Ragnar defends a takedown. What a round we've got for us so far.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, if I was a judge, this is a very difficult round to score right now. I wouldn't like to be a judge.
You've got to think Ragnar leads it. Oh my goodness, what a spinning back fist. Oh, Ragnar is here for war.
Ragnar should have pulled the pressure on then. That was a critical rock. He could have finished the fight.
If he would have gotten Canetti onto the ground there, if he could have dropped him, he could have finished it with just a few measly shots against the fence. Gonna be interesting to see if Ragnar pays for that mistake.
Possibly. I mean, Jack got like a critical
we see the ankle get picked there. He's paying already. Ragnar's got to survive here, and he should have a huge stamina advantage in the third round. 2 minutes to go as Jack Canetti's in side control going for the Kimura.
What's Ragnar's sub defense like? He's spamming that stick. This could be it.
Oh, this doesn't look good. Ragnar had such a beautiful round, and this does not look good.
Oh, he's just spamming it side to side. He's not.
Oh, this one's done. This one's done. He had a beautiful second round. What a performance! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Could he get out of this? No, the arm. Oh, it's straightened and he taps out. Ragnar taps out after a beautiful second round. I cannot believe that he was just forced to tap after a performance like that for the entirety of that round. Oh my goodness. What do you think of that sequence there? What does that tell you there about how bad Ragnar can be on the ground?
I mean, that sub defense, I mean, I don't know if he's not done a lot of it, but that was really bad. You know, most people are going to submit you doing that.
Oh man, gonna be interesting to see where he goes from here, but Canetti should be moving on to greener pastures. He was a dominant performer, seemed to get drawn into a war a bit too much, but I think that's something we can shore up. I can't wait to talk to Jack in the post-fight interview, and we'll get that right after the official decision. But what an opener, what a fight, and we definitely got a front runner for fight of the night. Gonna be hard to beat that performance here on the Xbox side of things. I think Jack Canetti and Ragnar came for war, and Jack Canetti left with the victory. Let's move on to the post-fight interview with Jack Canetti. I think we've got him on with us.
Hi guys, sorry for the mic problem. I'm here with you.
No worries, brother. That was a beautiful performance. That was a great fight. Watching it and seeing Ragnar work in the second round, we really thought he might be able to work a finish. What were you thinking when you started seeing him moving that well in the second round, or in the first? Yeah, no, the second round.
Well, I understand his stand-up games. He has a really nice head movement. He continued to counter me, and but I had a really nice control on the ground. So I think the submission will be the nicest ending I could get.
I think you did great. I thought once you were on the ground, you looked really good. I can't wait to see what else you do on Xbox, man. Matt, is there anything you'd like to ask him yourself?
Yeah, I mean, in that second round, were you trying to pick up on any patterns at all? You're getting caught a lot. Was there anything you tried to change as the round progressed?
I try to get in more clinch positions, but his elbows was worrying me. His rotating kicks, especially to the body, I couldn't see those, so they hit me straight. So I needed to have much control, so I get it to the ground and finish the fight to submission.
I think you did great, man. And let's move on to Zane. Zane, do you have anything to add on?
Yeah, congratulations on a great result. And the only question I really have is, did you plan for a submission finish? Because I saw a couple of times in the first round where you potentially could have got it, but you opted to ground and pound. But then your first submission attempt in the second round, you ended up actually finishing the fight. So was that planned, or did it just come to you mid-fight?
No, I didn't plan it. I think that I could get a finish for ground and pound, TKO. In the first round, he hit me with a head submission. He tried to choke me. So I was a little worried about his submission defense. I first thought that he could defense weight. So I tried to come over because the arm submission works really different than the choking submission to see if his submission game was well even for the arms, and I managed to get the finish.
Well, congratulations on a great fight, and it was truly a pleasure to call it.
Beautiful fight, man. Is there anything you would like to say before we sign off?
Well, I'm new here, but I really would love to fight, and I'm already looking for a new fight to go.
Well, then we'll definitely get you booked for RFC 2, man, and we can't wait to see you on that broadcast as well. Enjoy this win and enjoy moving up in the rankings. Who knows where we'll see you in the future. And moving on to the second fight of the evening, we've got Martial Law squaring off with Vincenzo Palmero. This should be a good one. I'm excited for this one. Who's your pick, Matt?
Oh, I've got to say Martial Law. I just think he's a more rounded fighter if we can take this to the ground.
Oh, and Vincenzo eggs him on early on. 10 seconds into the fight now. Both fighters seem to be throwing early and throwing often.
I gotta say, I don't like this camera angle that the cameraman's picked for this fight, but
this camera angle puts you at a significant disadvantage as you can be taken down from almost out of camera distance.
yeah, what to look for here in this fight, I'd say, is Vincenzo looking to come out, put some pressure with his boxing, and I think Marshall may try and take this to the ground. He's a more well-rounded fighter, so...
I think if this stays standing, it's going to be Vincenzo. If it goes to the ground, it's going to be Martial Law. But good action we're seeing here in the first round. Very, very nice fight so far.
Yeah, I mean, they're trading shots right now. I think Vincenzo's establishing himself in the pocket a bit more. He's landing more effective shots. But Marshall's landing some good kicks. That oblique kick to the front leg a lot.
Marshall is throwing a lot of strikes very close, but Vincenzo's much smaller. If Marshall wants to utilize his striking effectively, he should definitely be doing it at a distance. But Vincenzo has shown in his scrimmages and in his prelims that, man, he is a great boxer and he manages distance. He feels like you're fighting someone who's just as tall as you, even when he's 5-6 inches shorter.
Oh, yeah, I mean, very good pressure boxing. Very nice front kick.
That double jab into a straight is so pretty from Vincenzo. And now Marshall finally tries to get it to the ground. Vincenzo denies the takedown, lands a knee to the head for his troubles, and gets rocked with the hook. What happened there? Did you see that?
Vincenzo tried to throw a kick from right next to him, and Marshall just unloaded with 3 clean hooks.
Vincenzo got rocked on the hands, and then that's what's impressive, man. Marshall's showing, hey, I may be balanced, but I can box with the best of them, and I'm going to land these shots. And there's a roundhouse kick to the body. Vincenzo's got to be second guessing himself a little bit right now, and he ends up on his back.
Yeah,
over 2.5 minutes to go. And as we look, and now I'm noticing the stamina bar. Look at the stamina bar of Vincenzo and look at the stamina bar of Marshall. Both of these guys are draining their stamina, and we're only halfway through the first round. This could become the early story of this fight.
Yeah, I mean, Marshall goes into stack guard here. Let's see what he can do. I think he's just feeling Vincenzo out right now, like ground defense.
So, when touching on the clock situation, what do you think is the biggest difference here when we have to use the real-time clock as opposed to the accelerated clock in the RFC?
I mean, you've got to balance out your strikes. Like when you're playing online, that 5 minutes feels so short. It's like 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, whatever it is. You can throw 100 strikes, and it doesn't really feel like you're spamming. But if you did that in the RFC for at that same rate, you'd be throwing 200 strikes around, and you're just gonna be gassed.
Yeah, and there's nobody that can throw 600 strikes in a 3-5 minute round fight and feel okay at the end of it. And we're really seeing these guys are trying to bring the pressure. They're trying to bang, and their gas tank is what's paying for it. Vincenzo with the slight stamina advantage, but I would say Martial Law with the slight advantage in the round. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, Marshall's also landing a lot more body strikes than Vincenzo, so he can kind of negate that stamina advantage a little bit as well.
Yeah, I agree. And now Vincenzo's throwing a lot of those switch kicks, which I was going to say was going to drain the stamina before he eats a brutal kick to the body. And now a front kick to the face. I love that front kick to the face. You'll see me throwing it a lot. So seeing it from Marshall is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, Marshall's brawling. If I was Marshall, I'd be going for a lot of teeps, a lot of jabs. I'm just trying to keep the range. Keep kickboxing range, John Jones-esque. That's what I'd be looking for if I was striking.
Well, that's what I saw as his way to victory if he strikes in this fight. But he's content to brawl, and he's getting the takedowns. And I mean, hey, to his concern, I mean, it's working. There's no reason to stop.
He takes side control again. I think he feinted the Kimura.
Vincenzo ends up to the feet. Looks like we may see a second round, but Vincenzo's gas tank is running on E as he eats up. Oh my! That was a shin flush to the jaw. How is he standing?
I'm gonna say I'll be impressed if this fight gets to the third round the way these two guys are fighting. Good takedown defense.
I don't think it can. I think in the second round, as the stamina drops, someone's gonna start attacking the body more. Someone's gonna get a stamina advantage, and someone's gonna move in for the kill. Both of these guys look great early on, but I think you've got to give Marshall that round, man. He rocked him on several occasions, had him on the feet, had him on the ground. Great fight, but I think Marshall's comfortably ahead in that round.
Absolutely. Also, Vincenzo's pressure boxing is really good, but then he throws these kicks from right in front of Marshall, like a couple inches away, and he's just eating 2 or 3 shots every time he does it.
And yeah, he manages his distance so well with his punches, but I would not call him a kickboxer.
No, again.
Oh, and he
misses
eats
that
another
kick.
front kick. This is a nice
he gets the
performance
takedown,
from Marshall. And martial law turned Vincenzo to a wrestler. That's a quote from Vincenzo's book.
Oh, you're a wrestler now, you know?
And now
Oh,
Marshall
wow.
is on the back. This could be trouble. It is denied to full guard. He's a huge stamina advantage here. Look for the sub attempt. He could be in trouble. He's getting the sub attempt. Rear naked choke here. Vincenzo is scrambling. He is in trouble. He's looking to get out.
Surely.
He chains it to an armbar. It's going to be snap or tap time. It's snap or tap time. Vincenzo's arm is going to snap or he's tapping out. Martial law is going to take this and he's going to move on. There it is. Yeah. The submission is locked in. He got him to the ground early in the second. Vincenzo panicked. The stamina dropped. Rear naked transition into an armbar. It is all over. And what a performance by Martial Law. Do you think he's in for a step up in competition?
RFC too. Yeah, I mean, he showed everything there. He showed he can strike. He showed he can do work on the ground and be effective there. I mean, he can kind of do everything by the looks of it.
What a performance indeed, and it's going to be interesting to see where he stacks up against the rest of the Xbox. Vincenzo's definitely came to fight, and he was impressive early on. His boxing really is clean. He made a lot of mistakes throwing those kicks at such a close distance, and really that sub defense was a little hard to watch. But man, he came to fight, and you feel for him seeing him lose that fight. Man, went to war for quite a while, and it was a great performance by both. But Martial Law takes the victory, and it's going to be interesting to see because I think he may be one of the higher level players here on the Xbox. Going to be interesting to talk to Marshall here on the post-fight interview as we see his hand raised. Let's get to the interview. And moving into the next fight, I am excited for this one. It is going to be Ryan Wheeler versus Jared.
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Marshall, do we got you?
Beautiful, yeah, I'm here, guys.
Beautiful. I wanted to let you know, coming into this fight, we thought that Vincenzo Palmero was going to be the first person to get a challenge at that Xbox belt. Now that you've beaten him, what are your plans? Do you plan on sitting out RFC 2 and waiting for that title shot that you've earned? Or do you plan on putting on a fight at RFC 2 and staying active before getting that shot at the next event?
You know, it kind of depends here at this point. If something interesting pops up, I'm definitely willing to take it on. Have no problem with that. So maybe if the right person speaks up, they can get choked out as well.
And how do you think you would fare against either Daniel Beamler or Dean Kepke?
You know, I think my chances are good. I never doubt myself at all. So only time will tell there, to be honest. But I mean, I have no doubts about what I can do to them. And from what I saw, I mean, it'll be a pretty good night for me.
Beautiful performance, man. I think Noah's got something to add on.
Yeah, I must say, man, amazing. Your transition from the rear naked choke to the armbar was a thing of beauty. I gotta ask, what did you think when Palmero went for the takedown that ultimately led to you submitting him after being so dominant on the ground the first round? What did you think when he did go for the takedown?
I thought it was panic time for him, so just kind of wait it out and watch him drain his stamina since I know he couldn't hang on the ground, but it is what it is. I mean, we can run it back if he wants it, but definitely didn't seem like his normal fighting style, though.
I gotta say, congratulations, and again, a wonderful submission.
And Flores, what do you like to add on to that?
Honestly, I don't really think there's anything I could add on. It was just a beautiful performance by Martial Law, and I think everything that needs to be said was just shown in that beautiful, beautiful performance tonight.
Beautiful, beautiful fight. I don't know about you guys, but I think for the Xbox part of this promotion, I think we've got some very fun fights ahead of us. And it's been a pleasure calling these fights with you boys. In case this isn't the commentary squad on the actual broadcast, what would you guys like to add or sign off with?
I really just want to say, that he's put on a great performance and show that he can strike with Vincenzo, someone whose last performance was extremely well, like it went extremely well, and really proved everything you need to.
Beautiful, beautiful fight, and I've enjoyed calling these fights with you guys. I'm looking forward to calling the next ones. Jeremy Thuransky, and are you excited as I am for this one, man?
Yeah, it should be a really good fight.
Should be a great one. We've got Ryan Wheeler. We've got Jeremy Thuransky, 0-0 versus 0-1. Thuransky's only lost in a prelim to Martial Law. Going to be interesting to see what happens here and who sets the tone in round one of this fight.
Definitely. I mean, Jeremy's going to come out looking for those takedowns. Ryan's going to try and keep it on the feet as he gets picked up and slammed to the canvas.
This fight seems like a fight we're going to see much more vividly. We're going to remember a lot more things that happen in this fight, and I'm not sure why it feels that way.
So yeah, Jeremy, he's trying to keep it on. Well, he's trying to strike effectively on the feet, but then look for the takedowns when he can get them, like that inside control.
That is his second takedown of the fight in the first minute. Going to be interesting to see how many he can get. I think I'm going to keep count.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if this fight goes long enough, we could see some RFC records being set that might not be broken for a long time.
Beautiful denial there, and Thuransky really looks like he's just going to be the dominant guy on the ground here. If he can deny these deny these transitions, I should say, then he will be able to really have his way here on the ground and maybe get an early finish as we see another denial to get up there. Seems like he specializes in denying from the full guard because it seemed that Ryan easily got back to full guard position, but once he's there, he can't move anywhere else.
It's quite weird, really, because full guard is the position where you have the easiest feints and the most options to get out of. So I know for me, on mine, I find it a lot easier to keep guys in half guard and side control because they've only really got 3 options out of it.
Yeah, full guard is not fun, man. To be on top, but Thuransky seems to really have it down a little bit, and he's not throwing really any body or any ground hooks, but those straights are landing quite a decent amount.
Yeah, I mean, the other issue from full guard is obviously you do a ground and pound, you drain your stamina. The other guy's got so many submissions he can go to.
Yeah, you've got a good point, and now from the half guard he's pounding down. He's really keeping him glued to the mat, and as I say that, Ryan Wheeler takes him back.
And sweeps him back up. Interestingly, from Jeremy early on, he's throwing a lot of body shots from posture up, which unfortunately in UFC 4 do literally nothing compared to UFC 3.
Takedown number 3 for Thuransky. Less than 3 minutes into this fight. He kept him there for a while last time. Hopefully we see some more of that this time. Posturing up and landing some more straights.
It's interesting. Ryan Wheeler looks exactly like Chimaev, but he has the complete opposite fight style. And he doesn't want to be on the mat.
He's got the fight style of Nordin Taleb. Not many will know the name reference. The ones that do will get a slight chuckle. Beautiful uppercut there, though, from Nordin Taleb. Or we can go with Ryan Wheeler.
I don't know why he picked up
Ryan. In Ryan's defense, Ryan is trying to bring the fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's throwing strikes. He's trying to do damage. He's not just running away and getting taken down. So the judges might look a bit favorably upon that, but he's straight back on the back again.
That kick was very unnecessary. That fake low go high. It was a very unnecessary kick there. Leads to his takedown. Closes distance. Wastes a lot of stamina. Would like to see a lot less of those being thrown.
Neither of these guys are fainting at all on the ground, so I mean it's quite easy to deny if one of them was a bit more experienced on the ground.
Both of them seem very sloppy on the ground and on the feet, but Thuransky's taken advantage early on and has set the tone. 3 takedowns, a lot of top control time, and I think there's takedown number 4. Nope. He is denied and pushed against the fence. Great denial by Ryan Wheeler. Knee to the face. And that's got to build the confidence, don't you think?
You'd like to think so. I mean, if you can deny that takedown, suddenly you can control the fight a bit more where you want it to be. But, I mean, Ryan isn't particularly outstriking Jeremy Fransky right now.
Another takedown denial, and that's really impressive.
Yeah, those turning takedowns are really hard to deny this year as well. It's because you have to turn straight away, otherwise you're going straight back to the canvas.
The straight to double uppercut combo is a very interesting one there by Wheeler as he misses with all 3 strikes. The round comes to an end, and Theransky's got to be up 10-9. Very sloppy round. Do you expect to see more of the same in round number 2?
I mean, neither of these guys have shown much technique. Maybe Jeremy will look to finish it on the ground this round. He's been getting him down there. He's been posturing up pretty easily. You'd think he'd look for a finish, really, from there.
Gotta wonder if it's almost a ploy for Jeremy to sit there and, not throw any hooks. I think maybe in this round he can open up on the ground and get a lot of damage in.
Definitely. I mean, also, if he's a bit worried about Ryan striking, it, stops you taking damage when you're on top. I mean, they can't really do much from there.
We're into round number 2, and what do you think Wheeler should be looking to do here to take the advantage in the second round? He definitely needs to win this round.
Deny precisely what Jeremy just did to him there. He's got to keep this on the feet. On the ground, he's getting dominated. Jeremy's transitioning at will, although Ryan is as well. But he's not getting advantageous positions on the ground is the issue for Ryan. He's on the bottom the whole time.
Yeah, Theransky's really staying on top, and he's doing it well, and he's got, 4 takedowns now?
Indeed it is so far in this fight. 4 takedowns for Theransky.
4 takedowns with about 6 minutes of fight gone, and he's already going looking for number 5, and he's got it. There's takedown number 5 for Theransky as Wheeler gets right back up. But man, this is a wrestling clinic, you could say, but not a technical one.
No, I mean, I was quite impressed by Theransky there. He got the back, and then Ryan denied the first takedown, the suplex, but he stayed with it and then tripped him forward.
And with the momentum on his back, he had the advantage. He was the higher man. He was pushing down on him, got him pushed down onto his knees, even though he got right up. The stat book will say 5 takedowns instead of 4. That's a big exchange there for Theransky. And there's takedown number 6.
I mean, the judges are going to be obviously keeping an eye on these takedowns because they do score points. They aren't as flashy as like a head kick or an overhand, but it's still showing you're controlling your opponent at the end of the day, and you're taking him where you want him to.
If you can take a guy down 6 times in 7 minutes, it really says something about the level difference there is in that aspect of the game for you guys, and especially with the little bit of top control he is getting when he does have it, it's impressive because that's definitely winning him these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
number 7.
This just shows. Jeremy's launching a lot of these takedowns without any setup. I think a more experienced fighter would probably have much more success at denying them because they'd be throwing knees and uppercuts, which Ryan just isn't doing.
Theransky is in mount and Wheeler gets right up. That tells me where the grappling level of these guys is.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of shows, really. I mean, to get up straight from mount is quite impressive. I mean,
they're starting to slug it out. It's heating up here, and look at the strikes being thrown by these guys as Theransky shoots again, and there is takedown number 8.
I mean, Theransky is all over this guy in terms of takedowns, but he's not doing much damage, either on the feet or on the takedowns, really. I mean, for 8 takedowns, you'd expect the guy to have a bit less stamina and a bit less head health now.
Nice hook there by Thuransky. A minute and a half to go in round number 2, and I think Jeremy's definitely got a significant advantage, and it gets bigger there with the right hook, dropping Ryan Wheeler. Not only that, but he gets his 9th takedown, but Wheeler gets right back to the feet.
I don't know if that would score as a takedown. I mean, Ryan scrambled straight back.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think he stays at 8, but he gets a knockdown, and that's knockdown number 2, and he just refuses to throw any hooks. He could have finished this fight. I don't understand it, man. I'll never get it. I don't know how you can have such a good opportunity to finish the fight and just not throw a different variety of punches. It could have telegraphed that, and a better defender from his back could have slipped that and ended up in top position.
I mean, what I don't understand with Jeremy Thuransky is he's obviously, focused on the ground game. He's getting a lot of takedowns, but then he doesn't seem to know what he's doing when he gets his opponent down. He doesn't.
Neither of these guys look to be very confident with what they're doing on the ground. It's a lot of stuff that doesn't make much sense. I mean, when it would be easier to get up and to put yourself in a compromising side control position, Wheeler chose side control when he could have just stood up much, much easier. Like it's little decisions like these that don't make any sense. And with the posture up here, but look, he just doesn't throw anything. And how are you going to finish fights if you don't throw anything? You got 8 takedowns and you haven't done much with them other than throw the same pattern of strikes. I mean, this is nothing the fans are dying to see, but I guess
he's obviously scoring points with the judges with the takedowns and the knockdowns, but as a fellow fighter, you'd like to see him doing more, Fighters don't like guys that just lay on top at the end of the day.
And especially when every shot he's landing from ground and pound has been from full guard. That doesn't tell me much. I'd like to see him in advanced position and actually get some work in on multiple areas of the fight, not just in full guard.
I don't know if you saw that, but on the replay, the second knockdown on Ryan was by a jab. He double jabbed him and knocked him down.
Yeah, that's an interesting. We don't see much of that. We did see a jab knockout on RFC1 PS4. Shout out to Johnny Flores. But you don't see many knockouts coming by way of the jab nowadays.
Certainly not. I mean, a lot of fighters just use the jab as a setup. They don't really try and snap the head back anymore. That's much more of a boxing technique.
That's what it's there for. Even a snap jab is just to make it sting a little, to make you know it's there. You're not supposed to be dropping dudes, knocking dudes out with jabs, and maybe that talks about the heavy hands of Jeremy Thuransky when he can land on the butt.
Definitely. I mean, unfortunately, the jab is really only coming to the forefront now in MMA, when it's been kind of a staple in boxing for the last 100 years or so.
Yeah, I don't know how it wasn't more of a staple in MMA, because MMA made leg kicks such a big and an important thing. You see leg kicks in MMA more than any other combat sport. And he's rocked there and dropped. Ryan Wheeler puts him on his back. Ryan Wheeler takes the offensive. But as I revert, you see leg kicks in MMA more than any other combat sport. And that's to maintain distance. It's a very big surprise that the jab hasn't been utilized more. But we do see officially now takedown number 9 from Thuransky.
I don't want to get too off topic, but when you think of all the best boxers in history, the one thing they kind of have in common normally is they have one of the best jabs. It's such an effective tool at establishing range and also setting up your other shots. Nice right hand off a jab.
I'd like to touch on what I just saw there. Did you see how he was in side control, moved to half guard, and then the way he got up was he used the left bumper and the get up to the same way of getting to full guard. So Thuransky is literally just not denying anything back to full guard, but he has 10 takedowns and now 11. But take a look at that. If he moves to half guard, he will escape the same direction that moving to full guard would be. He doesn't this time, but the past 2 he did, and it's just mind-blowing.
Wow, I mean,
I don't understand how denying to the right side once he has half guard would keep him from allowing Ryan Wheeler to either get to full guard or to get up. They're both coming from that same direction, and he's just hasn't denied it once. 10 takedowns, I believe 11 now. It's 11 takedowns, he's not doing anything with them.
I mean,
There's
that's
number
12.
12.
I mean, the thing for me is Brian isn't even feinting that transition to full guard or the get up. He's just launching it, and Jeremy hasn't denied it once. I mean, I
This
take
is
that number
incredible.
13.
This is about as sloppy as it gets, and right back to half guard and get
And
him
right back
again.
up.
How?
I mean, surely you know
I don't get
that
it.
he's gonna go for that. I mean, I don't know how you'd have this round scored right now as a judge, but I mean, because Ryan's got the knockdown, but Jeremy's dominated
I
every other
have it
facet.
given to Wheeler. Wheeler has the knockdown. Wheeler's done the damage. What has Theransky really done this round so far to earn it? I think he can still take this round if he brings anything substantial. It's still very open,
wow.
and there we see it. Double whiff on the kick. These boys came to
I
bang.
love it how after both of them miss a kick at the same time, Ryan eggs Jeremy on for another takedown, I assume, making that 14 on the fight.
14. This is an RFC record. 14 takedowns. This is incredible, man.
I mean, the thing, normally, if you can get this many takedowns, that means you're so dominant on the ground that you'd finish it and you just wouldn't get near this because you would have knocked the guy out or tapped him out.
Yeah, or at least it'd be a good ground scramble keeping you from getting a finish. This is just nothing's getting denied anymore. This is sloppy. This is a sloppy grappling
takedown number
performance.
15
But hey,
on the
a
fight.
win is a win.
I mean, this is definitely Jeremy's fight to lose. The only way he's losing it, though, is if he gets knocked out now. He won the first 2 rounds for definite, so maybe a 10-8 in round 2 with the knockdowns.
We see 2 denials and then a feint and then a third denial. Like I said early on, it seems like Theransky really is a specialist in that full guard position. Do you think that could be why he doesn't deny those transitions? He's so dominant for full guard. Maybe what he wants is Wheeler to go there, and Wheeler keeps using it to get up because it's not getting denied.
I mean, possibly, but it's...
Oh, and here come the hooks. He drops them at the buzzer. And how do you score that round? Wow.
I'd probably give that to Theransky in the end. I think he scored 6 takedowns in that round. And he got the knockdown. You know, I'd give that round to Theransky too.
Great fight. It's going to be interesting to see what the judges have. They're getting it into me now, but I really want to touch on that was an interesting performance for each fighter. Let's get to the decision, man. I do want to say all 3 judges have scored this one 29-28. All 3 judges have agreed and scored this for your winner by unanimous decision, Jeremy Theransky. Going to be interesting to get in here and talk to him in the post-fight interview. Dominant performance and a great bounce back as we move on into our third fight. We are back with the winner of that previous fight. We're here with Jeremy Theransky. Jeremy, I commentated both of your fights so far, and the amount of growth from that first fight to the second fight was incredible, man. You really did a great job of adapting and just having the fight where you wanted it. When you could outbox them, you were outboxing them, but I like that you didn't get over eager and you actually went and got your takedowns, man. How are you feeling after that fight?
I'm feeling great. My first fight didn't go my way because all I did was shoot, and he took my back and choked me out. But Ryan's a great opponent. Was lucky to fight him. On to the next one.
On to the next one, indeed, and it's going to be interesting to see where you go from here. But I want to touch on, what were you thinking once he rocked you? Did you think that you may have just gotten over eager? Did you think that, hey, did you have any doubts about earlier, or did you know that, hey, you just got a little over eager, let's keep it back to the basics and get it back to the ground?
I was overconfident. I knew I was beating him up for 2 rounds, and I wanted the finish. I didn't want any judges to play into this.
Honestly, I don't think anyone wants the judges to play into this, but it's interesting to see that we actually got to use our judging panel for the first time. 29-27 all the way across. How does it feel knowing that they judged that you lost that third round, even though you had some pretty decent ground and pound there at the end, and you had the knockdown? I actually thought you may have taken that round.
Personally, I thought I won the third round. I think the only thing he had more when he was striking, and I took him down. I knocked him down. He didn't. He barely stuck anything that I threw at him.
I think you're definitely in line for a step up in competition. Do you think that you could actually be a real title challenger here on the Xbox side of things?
I think I'm going to be more than a title challenger. I think I'm going to be a champion. Martial law. I want that rematch. Let's get it.
I think I'm actually excited for that one. Going to be interesting to see what I can put together for RFC 2. But if Martial Law wins his next fight, he's got a title fight. If you can get a little streak going, I wouldn't mind seeing you guys get a rematch together for the gold. What do you think about that?
I think it's perfect.
Me too, man. It was a pleasure to call your fight. You had a great performance, and I hope you enjoy this win. I can't wait to get you booked for RFC 2, man. Great win.
Thanks for having me, man.
Of the evening, which is me, Uncle Jendo, against Michael Robertson. And Matt, what do you think about this one?
The good old stylistic matchup, a wrestler versus a kickboxer. It'll be interesting to see who can put their style on the other guy and take this fight where they want it to be. I got to say, it's nice to see Jendo actually putting some thought into his outfit, unlike pretty much everyone else in the league, and actually color matching his gloves and shorts.
Had to do it, man. You got to look pretty.
And the trip outside gets the posture, doesn't throw a shot. Maybe trying to see what Jendo...
I do want to say one thing, man. The Wi-Fi in this fight was an incredible thing to endure. But great fight. I had a great time. Nothing like fighting in the RFC as you see a little character.
Absolutely not. Flips him off, ducks the overhand, gets the trip from double underhooks. That's a very nice sequence there from Jendo. Denies the backside transition as well.
Early on, I was feeling good, man. Early on, I was feeling really good. I could deny his transitions. I could deny his subs. It was interesting. I thought I would put out a feeler with the arm triangle choke. I don't specialize in chokes. I don't specialize in being on the ground. But being with Dean Koepka, being with Dan Beamler there at Team Anaconda, they're definitely getting my wrestling up. But it's come a long way since here. But this is a great start to show you how I am starting to develop a little bit of a ground game, although it's nothing too impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see a kickboxer feeling so comfortable on the ground, you know?
It's funny, I actually don't mind working from on top as long as I'm not against a jiu-jitsu guy, because I'm fairly confident in my ability to get up if I end up on bottom.
Yeah, I mean, very nice body kick there on exit. Jendo, I know you look to manage your stamina a bit and try and get a stamina advantage later in the fight, so you'll certainly be looking for those body strikes in there.
I'm always looking to have a stamina advantage, man, and early on, all I want to do is make you know I'm there and make you get a little tired. You got to be a little tired to be a lot tired later on. So
that was a very nice overhand there from Michael Robinson. Eats a leg kick and then two punches, but comes up with an elbow. He's swinging away. That's the uppercut as well. Went down Jendo's block.
He definitely came to fight, and I definitely threw too many short jabs at a very close range that do really nothing. He came to fight.
It's quite interesting, actually, kind of having a fighter in commentary. It's not something we get very often to hear, like, kind of your thought process through the fight, almost.
Yeah, man, I'd prefer it wasn't the case, to be honest with you, but I wasn't gonna leave you stranded, man. I wasn't gonna leave you on your own. And you see, he was throwing subs up. He was trying to get my patterns down. He was a game opponent, man. This was a fun fight.
Definitely. I mean, this is quite a good sub attempt here. He's not too far behind. I'm surprised he didn't chain it there, because that gives you a nice boost to the submit bar, but.
I denied it. That's why he didn't get the chain in.
Okay. But very good sub defense, gets out of it, but he gets the backside now, unfortunately. That's the issue with those kickboxing builds. Transition times are so slow, you can get beaten.
Yeah, they're rough, and I actually run a boxer sniper, which is just as bad. But you see, like, I was able to get to full mount, man. I'm able to get some ground and pound in. I really felt confident in this fight.
A couple really good blocks there by Michael Robinson to block a couple hooks, but straight back into mount again. Oh, he's going for the arm. Michael Robinson's really low on stamina, but this is good sub defense. He's keeping that bar really small, really calm, concise movements. And
And
especially with
seeing
the
this
connection.
right now makes me bite my fingers, man. I really think I could have tapped
he's
him
launching a
out
Kimura.
right there early on.
He's got a Kimura. This is going to be close. Both fighters low on stamina.
I've got a news flash. This doesn't end well for me, man. I really feel like I could have gotten the finish there. Do you see very bad sub defense here? This is actually the fight that made me get in the gym and work my sub defense with Dean, with Dan, and I got a lot more to show than this now, but I'm kicking myself, man. Horrible performance, embarrassing performance.
You can just see the panic there at the end as well. You just tried desperately to escape. Oh, so close to getting out.
I didn't think there was enough time. I didn't think there was enough time to finish me at the beginning of the sub, and when I noticed there was, I panicked. I choked. I wasn't ready for it, man. There's nothing else I can say about it. And good fight for him, but that dude's not better than me. That dude's not better than me. I'll say that much. All due respect, and I got nothing but respect for the guy, but that kid's not better than me.
Quite interesting the fight ended because of your takedown as well. I mean, you took that one to the mat.
Rematch down the line. I'm gonna tap him out with the same submission just to prove a point. That kid's not better than me.
Well, I certainly look forward to watching it.
Yeah, great performance by him, though. He takes the victory and moves to 1-0 here on the Xbox side of the RFC. The official decision announcing him as the winner. Great performance by Michael. Kudos to him, and I feel for myself, man. I feel for myself. But get back in the gym, get better, move on. That's all you can really do as we get ready to move in on the next fight. And we move into our co-main event, one of the first of two semifinals to determine who will fight for the first ever Xbox One RFC championship. We've got Daniel Ocean Man Beamler out of the blue corner, or the purple corner, we should say. And we've got Bang Bang out of the white corner. And we see Daniel opens up with flipping the bird as Bang just wants to display respect. Expect a lot of that from Daniel, man. Not a very a proper martial artist, but he's unconventional in all the best ways.
This is gonna be an interesting matchup. You got kind of a traditional jiu-jitsu guy and Beamer here. He's probably gonna look to take this fight to the ground, but Bang Bang, he isn't bad on the ground. But he's very good on the feet. You know, it's gonna be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah, man, and like I said earlier, Daniel is known to be drawn into a brawl, and Bang Bang does have a record of 0-1 coming into this. He lost to Dean on a prelim. The prelim was supposed to matter, though. He was matched up with him in what was supposed to be inaugurally an 8-man tournament. So we took the best of the guys who took losses there and brought him here, I believe, and I think Bang really has something to prove. He lost to Dean, who was a Team Anaconda teammate of Beamler and I, and Bang is coming out with a little bit of aggression. He looks like he wants to get something going early and often.
Throwing a lot of those hooks early on as well. That could be something to watch later on because Bang seems to already be catching on with the backwards lunges. So.
And Bang keeps running in. That run into that straight does a lot of damage if you land it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if Dan tries to flip him off again or something and he catches him with it later on in the fight, you know? It's... very
nice right hook.
Dan finally gets takedown, gets put into sprawl though. And Bang Bang gets straight back up. Very nice takedown defense.
Bang Bang learned when he fought Dean what to expect when you fight someone from Anaconda. Expect to go down and expect it to happen often.
But running straight catches him out again.
And Beamler is drawn into the war. I say that as he gets the takedown directly in the half guard. And this is where Team Anaconda wants to work. We want to work from half guard. We want to work from side control. But Bang does a great job of getting it back to the full guard. Later on in this fight, look out for Beamler to move into half guard and side control when he wants to do some
We got to say
damage.
so far, Bang looking quite calm on his back there. He stayed calm. He got the transitions he needed when he needed them, you know. But the judo trip straight back down. Pretty scrambled.
But Bang bounces up. Bang is ready for it. Bang is ready for a grappler, man. And although he prefers to stand, he will go to war with you even if you want to fight on the ground.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dan throwing a lot of these running straights as well. Once again, gets a double underhooks trip into half guard.
It's to full guard now, and this is not where Daniel wants it. He likes to throw up a random ankle lock attempt from full guard, so look out for that. But other than that, Daniel should look to improve positioning, although his ground and pound is working a lot better than I thought it would now.
Yeah, I mean, Dan fights as like the traditional jiu-jitsu guy, you know, looking for subs, but so far he's throwing strikes and he's throwing ground and pound. Not really looking for any subs so far.
Nice jab from Bang on the escape there. Daniel lands a nice lead uppercut after a right straight. Gotta wonder why Bang...
Oh! Dropped him with the uppercut. Looking to finish
overhand
the fight.
beats an uppercut. Whew!
Wow, that was a perfectly timed rear uppercut there. That overhand, peak vulnerability. Maybe a bit later in the fight, that's a flash knockout, you know?
Yeah, and Daniel's putting the pounding in from full guard now. I think Bang's really got to start looking to get it to the feet, stay patient, keep distance, pick them apart. No more of this this risky business. Let's get it to the feet, stay far away, pick them apart, take advantage of what you can do. But I don't think Daniel's going to let him up for the remainder of this round.
You can certainly see a difference between the Faransky fight and this fight when you look at how Dan's grappling to how Jeremy was, because Dan's being proactive. He's trying to ground and pound him. He's denying the get-ups, you know.
He's doing work offensively and defensively. He's not allowing anything to get out of where he wants it.
I mean, and the thing is, he's won this round on the feet as well. He's kept up with Bang Bang on the feet, who's considered one of the better strikers on the Xbox division.
And he's got the claim to a knockdown in this round as well. I think Daniel should be very comfortable. Knockdown, top control, stamina advantage, great first round.
I mean, the thing is as well, those posture ground and pound, they chip head health away so, like, sneakily. You don't realize it until, like, the second or third round, when suddenly you're taking one jab and you're getting rocked.
And speaking of jabs, we saw Jeremy Tharansky get a knockdown with a jab early on. Maybe Daniel's working his way to getting one here in the co-main event.
I mean, I can see Daniel finishing this fight wherever he wants, to be honest, so far. I mean, if he wants to keep it standing and try and finish it there, I can see him doing that. But if he wants to take him back down and do some more ground and pound, maybe work from side control a little bit here.
I would like to bring a lot of respect forward to Bang, though. Bang is coming. He's ready for war, man. He's showing some good defense. He's actually fighting. He's putting up a good battle. And Daniel starts the round with a little bit of showboating. If I was Bang, I'm throwing a front kick right up Main Street trying to knock his lights out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously any power strike during a taunt, I think, is an automatic flash knockout. So, oh, very nice. He got his head health very low.
It sure is. Just ask all the people on online world championships that I bow to get them to bow to me, and then I land that front kick to the face. It's definitely an instant knockout.
I like that strategy by Dan. It's not something I've really ever seen before on UFC 4. The running straight, and he's using it quite a lot and quite effectively as well. You see that?
Yeah, he's very unconventional.
I mean, his profile picture is of Tony Ferguson, so it would make sense, you know.
Tony Ferguson is indeed his favorite fighter and his basically his role model.
I mean, you can't get more unconventional than Tony Ferguson, but right now his striking's very conventional. Just 1-2s, couple hooks, an uppercut here and there, and it's very effective. Oh,
running straight from Bang, and then the short tiny little straight. It's that 6-inch punch, that beautiful punch on the sweet spot before he gets the takedown.
Oh, he gets a takedown. I feel like he didn't deny that transition because he just couldn't see it because of the camera angle, which is certainly a frustration on this year's game.
Yeah, definitely some fine-tuning that needed to be done, but I've said enough about them. I don't want them to get rid of me permanently, so I'm going to keep it at that.
Dan just throwing 5 hooks there into the guard of Bang Bang, not doing any damage at all.
Not even really breaking the block down. That was kind of impressive.
Oh, knees to the head, though, in the clinch.
Daniel wants blood. He is bloodthirsty, and he
as well.
doesn't want to show any respect. When Bang separates, all they want is to all Daniel wants is to show him the bird and say, no, let's go. I don't want respect. I don't care that you survived. I'm bringing you to hell, and you're going to love it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dan doing really well so far in every facet of the game with clinch.
Bang Bang is doing a great job of managing stamina, though. He's doing a very good job of managing stamina, and that's really hard to do when you're getting smothered like this. Daniel's throwing a lot of hooks in the ground, and I'd like to see him advance his position a little more, man. A lot of that full guard ground and pound, it's getting a little old.
Yeah, I mean, Dean likes to work out half guard especially. I feel like Dan grappling with him a lot would pick up a few tips there as he gets into half guard.
Now, I thought Bang got backside there, but instead Daniel slips directly to side control, and we're right back to the half guard here. Minute 50 to go in the second round. Going to be interesting to see if Daniel tries to work a submission attempt or something. Bang looks good when they're on the feet, but they just can't stay to the feet. And again, Daniel with the middle finger. Oh, and he eats a straight coming in. That's exactly what Bang wanted. Bang's got some personality, man, and you can definitely see it shining through as he gets dropped with an uppercut. What a fight. This is high-level fighting here in the RFC.
Man, if Dan threw the uppercuts to the head on the break of that clinch, he probably would have finished him there. Instead on the break, he threw to the body.
Time. Oh, Bang slips the overhand and directly into a lead uppercut. He is rocked again.
Oh, Dan taunting now within striking range. That's how confident he is. How many gets the takedown
from Beamler? 60 seconds to go. You've got time to work, and he postures up from the full guard, and Bang slips out of the way of that punch, doesn't take much damage, feints to the other full guard position, gets denied, and that was fast. Wow, that had to have been a pre-denial.
I think he tried to feint the down get-up, and because of how close to the fence he was, it tried to do the get-up animation into the fence, which is unfeintable, I think, on this year's game.
Ground feints. Where have you ever heard of that?
Oh, but he gets the get-up, though. Dan's let him up a few times from half guard now.
Yeah, Dan's definitely showing a few holes there, but he knocks him out from the front kick and then to the left hook. Matt Rex, take us through that finish. Oh my goodness.
I mean, they got up after the half guard. Dan lands this front kick, rocks him, and I don't know if Bang tried to sway or lunge, but yeah, he lunged into the hook. He swayed into the hook as well, which really put a bow on that one. That is the end of the fight. What a finish.
Official decision will see Daniel Beamler moving to the final. We will wait for the next fight of the evening. Moving on, we've got our main event. We've got Dean Koepka squaring off against notorious Tony Nurmagomedov. This is going to be a fun one to see. Dean Koepka of Team Anaconda. We just saw Daniel Beamler advance. You saw me lose a little bit earlier on. Dean Koepka on the right side. As Tony starts it with a taunt as well. Dean is as respectful as it gets. Don't expect him to taunt. And Tony shows it back. I'd love to see it. Let's get to war.
Yeah, definitely. The differences between Dean and Dan is he perfectly ducks that roundhouse for the takedown. Dean, I feel, is a bit more submission focused when he's on the ground compared to Dan's ground and pound game.
Also is more dominant from on top. He keeps his guy on his back for longer, and I think we will be seeing that in this fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, side control, gets back to half guard. I feel like Dean's the sort of guy where he needs to feel the opponent out for a couple takedowns, couple rolls on the ground to see what their go-to transitions are.
I don't even think he sees it as feeling it out. I think he just enjoys the process. Dean's a deep thinker, man. He likes to think a few moves ahead, and he likes to put himself in those grueling positions. And you see denials from the side control. He just pounds guys out. He just works it so well on the ground.
You see already the first time they were in side control, Tony used that side slip to get back into half guard. Dean noticed that. Second time, denied it. Third time, he didn't know. I think he was maybe thinking up there.
Oh, beautiful slip, and he ends up in the half guard himself.
And he gets back up. Tony didn't want any part of that on the ground. I mean, Dean off the bottom, he's got a lot of subs as a jiu-jitsu fighter. Maybe Tony thinks the way he wins this fight is on the feet. Another front kick lands. But Dean gets the ankle pick, and that'll take him straight into side control.
Nice shift into the half guard there from Nurmagomedov, but that doesn't do much as Dean slips directly into the top mount afterwards.
I would like to say, before this fight, I believe Dean called a finish by arm triangle as well. He put it out there, that's how he was going to try and finish Tony this fight.
The arm triangle is his favorite submission. I did try it earlier tonight as an ode to him. Didn't end up going well for me. I got my arm snapped. But Dean, I think it will go a little bit better for him as he gets right back to the top mount, but he keeps allowing Tony to get it to half guard after having him mounted.
Oh, there it is. Throwing the arm triangle out already, trying to see Tony's defensive pattern, I guess. Well, maybe trying to finish it. He's got a stamina advantage.
I think he's definitely trying to feel him out. He likes to get a feel out on the first submission attempt and then go for the kill from onwards.
Oh, wow. Oh, I mean, he's going to escape Tony, but Dean's the sort of guy, he'll fill out your patterns and then he'll punish you for it.
Yeah, and he definitely understands the pattern a little bit now as he moves into the half guard again. And you see what I mean is he is a dominant grappler, man. He's dominant on top. He stays on top and he doesn't let you go anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, another denial there. I mean, he's just not giving Tony any chance to get back up right now. He's just punishing him. He's forcing him to transition and denying it.
Gets over into the sprawl position, tries to take half guard, and I just don't understand that. That's where Dean wants it.
Yeah, I mean, from sprawl, you could just try and get back up. Maybe try and reverse it, but
Dean's been using this half guard position the entire fight to dominate him, and this is where he chose to put himself. That's backwards chess.
Yeah, I mean, he's put himself in a worse position. Dean's now in top mount, raining down shots, but manages to slip a straight there, avoiding the damage.
What a night of fights we've had so far. It's going to be interesting to determine how these awards get handed out after this fight.
Definitely, I mean, there's definitely a few contenders for fight of the night, and there's a few contenders for performance of the night so far as well. Got to see what Dean and Tony can do. Oh, he gets a reversal again. This time Dean denies the get up, but he knew he was going to try and get up from there.
Yeah, Dean's got a memory that works very well, man. If you see something once, odds are it won't work many times.
Being in a jiu-jitsu fighter's guard is not where you want to be, especially when you're not a wrestler.
No, and Dean uses his rubber guard very effectively.
Oh, he tries to get up, gets denied again. There's just not enough time in this round, otherwise I think Dean would go for a sub there.
Yeah, no, Dean is performing a masterclass. This is a world-class performance on the ground from Koepka.
Definitely, I mean, he's using all his tools on the ground, and he's using them to their full effectiveness right now. There's not really much more he could do.
If you're Tony, what are you doing round number 2?
I mean, you've got to do anything you can to keep this fight from getting taken to the ground, but I don't know if Tony can. And he hasn't shown any sign of being able to deny the takedown so far.
For someone who's taken inspiration from Tony Ferguson and Habib, I expected a lot better work on the ground from Tony.
Well, I mean, Tony Ferguson's all about fighting off his back and still being effective from there, but... Oh, Dean fakes a glove touch.
No, Dean did not appreciate the middle finger in the first round, and although he gave him a bow afterwards, you gotta know, he remembered that. Dean's a very respectful guy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, interestingly though, both of these fighters still have a full stamina bar after 5 minutes of action in the first round.
Yeah, and I think it's because the early ground game in UFC 4 hasn't taken much stamina. Going to be interesting to see if they get it patched up.
Definitely. Dean landing a very good uppercut there at the end of that exchange, and he just takes it right back down.
And why wouldn't he? It's working.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dean can take this fight wherever he wants it. I mean, he could try and win on the feet if he really wanted to, like Dan proved to us earlier, but...
I don't think he needs to. I think he's better off not showing everything he has to Dan, because Dan has seen a lot of it in sparring, so if you've got anything to hide, hide it. If you've got any way to make your opponent doubt it. At this point, he's got to feel comfortable in winning this fight, and he knows who the next opponent would be, so don't give him anything to beat you with.
I mean, definitely. I mean, Dean and Dan spar so often, they probably know what each other's got in their locker anyway. I don't know how much they'll have hidden from each other, but it's always good to have that one thing in your back pocket to catch someone out with.
And here come the hooks from
Kepka. Once again.
But Tony has done that multiple times this fight. He slipped it into an advantageous position. Very impressive to see that work.
Definitely. I mean, I've been quite impressed. Well, not quite impressed by Tony's ground game because he hasn't really gotten up. He's been struggling to get back up, but his defense.
I've been impressed by the slips. I've been impressed by the slips. I've not been impressed by the rest of the ground game.
No, I mean, his head health's starting to wear down a little bit now, bro. But you know, Dean's looking for the sub. He's not looking to finish this one by knockout, really.
1-2-4 combo there.
Once again, throws that kick from out of range and gets punished by the right cross.
And both of these guys' stamina is sitting pretty in the halfway through the second round, halfway through the fight.
I mean, that just means that if you need to, you can just empty that gas tank later on in the fight, you know, chasing a finish. Like, I feel like Tony, if he keeps this up, is going to be 2 rounds down. He's going to need a knockout or a submission. But I can't see him tapping Dean out, so...
Yeah, I think Tony knows he's got to keep it standing. The only way he goes to the ground and finishes it is if he lands something so substantial up top that he's only got to land a light shots on from the bottom to get him out.
You see that Dean landed like a spinning back heel kick there.
Yeah, Dean is getting in his bag, and Dean is comfortable, man. Dean is always comfortable in a fight, and that's why a lot of times you'll see him start throwing some really interesting maneuvers in there, and that spinning kick, that's one of them.
Definitely, I mean, very nice hook as well. That right hook wrist on UFC 4 is really effective. Jab hook, one of the better combos you can throw, and it's fight straight back to the ground. Side control as well. Tony's done a good job actually varying up his exits from side control. He's getting out of it pretty consistently.
Moving into the side control position and into the sprawl. I don't know why he keeps moving the half guard.
And now Dean's just free to rain down shots. He slips a straight though. You gotta think
Dean definitely is putting himself on the short list of guys being looked at for performance of the night, just because of how dominant he is. But do you think it's fair to say we may be staring at a date of Team Anaconda members in the final?
I mean, unless Tony manages to get this fight back to the feet and then dominates him, I can't really see him winning this fight. As Dean throws a triangle, there is time left in the round.
And Dean might actually get this locked in if he can get a rhythm. Doesn't look like he's going to. Looks like we're going to see a third round, but this is not looking pretty. for Tony. It's not looking pretty for anyone who's pulling for Tony.
Oh,
And,
this is going to be close.
as a member of Team Anaconda, it is, but 15 seconds to go in the round. It looks like he's safely going to be out of it. I think Dean is going to hunt for a submission in the third round. And if he gets an opportunity like that in the third round with his opponent's stamina that low, he's going to take it.
Nearly finished
Brutal ground and pound. Dean is telling him, you have nothing for me. I'll put my knee on your stomach. I'll beat you into the ground, and you can do nothing about it. Dean Koepka is making a statement in this one.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed that, but after the triangle, because of how far he got that progress, it drained Tony of stamina as well. Like, it's going to affect Tony's stamina going into this third round.
Third and final round is underway. Dean is blocking that head kick, then throwing some strikes. Neither guy's landing much. And there is that plant and the spinning kick. Dean, you keep doing stuff like that, and you're fighting your way into a performance bonus.
Yeah, I mean, and once again, punishing the missed kick with the straight as well, you know. Because when you're taking someone down, they're going to be blocking low after missing a kick. Like that, and he's
These
just landing
two
that
guys
straight and
both
it's a free shot.
These two guys both have an insanely high stamina right now.
I was going to say, this is the best stamina management we've seen this far into a fight in the RFC so far.
By far.
No,
Dean feints the high kick and lands the strike. I think these guys could definitely have the gas tank for 5 as Tony finally lands a leg kick to the head. Word to Mike Goldberg, as I say, leg kick to the head.
You know, it looks like Dean's trying to finish his fight on the feet a little bit, you know. I mean, he's not shooting for any takedowns. He's not initiating any grappling right now. I think he feels so comfortable.
He's got no reason to. Tony is so afraid of that takedown that Dean can open up on the feet and know those shots are going to land, which will stun Tony. And there's a head kick that drops him.
Surely it's only a matter of time until this fight's over.
That plant is coming faster and faster. This is getting truly impressive for Dean Koepka.
The only thing Dean's got to watch out, he doesn't sway into any errant strikes and throws this fight away because he's winning it by 3 rounds so far.
Another beautiful head kick, and this is trouble for Tony. Dean presses forward. Block is breaking down. Could he put him on his back? Tony puts up the pressure. Both of these guys are swinging. Dean's getting a little bloodthirsty. Let's see if it costs him.
I mean, you got to give credit to Tony's heart here. He's still fighting. He's still battling on. He's still trying to get that knockout, you know?
2:50 to go. What a fight we've had. Dean is really putting on a masterclass here. Tony is showing he's no slouch. He's here to fight. He's here for war. But, man, what a fight this is.
Dean
is rocked.
Oh, that's the issue.
And Tony doesn't press forward. Why did Tony not press forward? We're seeing a lot of these mental lapses tonight.
As soon as Dean got rocked, he'd had enough on the feet. He wanted to take this fight straight back to the ground.
Well, Dean's confident, but he's not stupid. He knows what to do. He knows he has the advantage on the ground.
What a slip.
And look at the work he does. If it did save the fight, and you see it. Dean is angry. He's feinting those leg kicks. He's coming out with the vengeance. There's 2 minutes to go, and he drops him against the cage. He's asleep, isn't he? Is he out cold? Was he out cold there? You saw his body go limp. Now he's up onto his knees, but his body went limp for a second, and we see Dean roll him over. Does it not look like Tony's just trying to get his whereabouts?
He's landing shots here, though.
This is an impressive transition here from Tony, but Tony is in submission threat, and he cannot keep throwing these. If Dean gets a submission thrown up, it's all over, and this is an armbar.
Oh, this has got to be it.
This is going to be it. You see the submission filling up, the panic on Tony. His bar isn't moving the right way. Misses the slam, and Dean now has his direct path to victory. 75 seconds to go, but we will not see the judges. Will Dean throw the strikes? He will. It is blocked, but the submission is locked in. Snapper tap, and Tony Nurmagomedov chooses to tap. Matt Rex, take us through the finish.
Dean got wobbled and just decided he'd had enough on the feet, took him down. He actually let Tony tire himself out with ground and pound strikes. He wasn't worried about it at all. When he locked in that armbar, defended it perfectly and tapped him out. I mean, that's just as good as you can get with a ground finish.
It really is a beautiful performance and a great fight from Dean. Look at that slip to the right hand, drops him, uppercut, puts him out. And that's what I meant when I said he may have been out cold. You see him laying flat before finding his knees. Beautiful performance by Dean Koepka. Beautiful performance by my teammate. I can't wait to get his interview in here, man. I can't wait to see the rest of the post-fight awards. I can't wait to discuss with you, and I can't wait to see the fans here after we get this discussion in. It should be a great discussion for the post-fight awards, man. This will be great.
Dean here with us. Dean, do we got you here with us?
I'm here.
How's it going, man? 2-0 in the RFC, 2 dominant performances, and that was honestly a treat to watch. You pieced them up on the feet with the Vanguard build. You worked them on the ground. What were you thinking, though, in that third round when he actually started rocking you and you were in a bit of trouble?
Oh, man. Well, I was taking him down at will. And but I gotta say, he really didn't waste any stamina. That's what I was banking on. At the end, he had to waste the stamina so I could get the armbar. But he didn't waste any stamina, and I didn't just want to lay there, want to give the fans a little show, So I didn't just want to sit there and just hit him with a little baby strike. So, when he stood it up, I felt like, yeah, okay, let's go, man. I know I've got all right striking, I felt my boxing was very, very crisp. I timed him really well. I hit cleanly. I didn't really waste much shots. I hit him with a head kick a few times. But when he hit me with a head kick in the third round, obviously he has way more power than me. I decided to just take him down again, play it safe, take him down and get a little calm in. When he stood it back up, I felt like I was calmer and I could strike again. And I evaded his jab and I hit him with a left hook that dropped him, I think. And yeah, then I got the armbar. So
one more question for me. I think what I just saw was the most beautiful jiu-jitsu roll I have seen on this game. What were you thinking, even going for that insane somersault roll to grab the back?
I was just trying to get. I was trying to look for the rear naked choke. But his stamina, he had really, really good stamina compensation. Like his stamina was so high, even at the end, I couldn't get a submission throughout most of the fight. So and I was just trying to get some kind of choke. It was the armbar at the end, but win's a win, so it doesn't matter.
It was definitely a beautiful performance by you, but I also have high expectations for Tony. He's fought Ocean Man and you so far. I want to tell you, great fight. Great fight before I pass it off to Steve.
Dean, congratulations on the win. That was a massive performance. And my only real question, I have 2 questions really. Did that fight go as you saw it, or was there anything that you thought would have happened differently? Were you expecting a faster finish, or how did it go?
I didn't expect it to go 3 rounds, and I also expected him to be more active on the ground to try to get up, but he just laid there, and that was kind of off-putting because I was looking to drain his stamina, right? But he just laid there, and he just, his ground and pound defense was very good. Postured up like 5 times throughout the whole fight, and I just couldn't hit him. Like he reversed me a couple times, and his block was up there as well. Like his ground and pound defense was very good. His stamina management was excellent. Like I really gotta give it to him. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to go in and bang, to be honest. But I knew I had the threat of a takedown, and once you have that, you open the opponent up, and you saw that when I hit him with the head kick a couple times. That was because I took him down a couple times. He was obviously scared of that. But I was looking for a submission. I was looking for a choke, but in the end, yeah, kind of has gone as planned, but not really. It's just tough to say. But every fight's different.
And then my last question is, I think you may have just established yourself as the favourite to win the Xbox side of the tournament. What do you see happening in your next fight, and do you have anything to say to the rest of your competition?
Well, to be honest, I never underestimate my opponents, even him. I saw him fight before. I knew he was easily handled on the ground, but you never know. Like, people can have bad days. So I know it's between Bang Bang, who I've fought once before, and it was a controversial win on my side. I'm not gonna lie. And against my teammate, who I've sparred against. So I know these fighters, and I know I can win. I know I can get the title. I'm definitely looking for it. So what I want to say to them is bring the fight to me, because I'm gonna perform at my best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Matt, what would you like to add on to that?
Okay. The first one is, were you looking to finish that fight on the feet in the third round? You know, you were landing effective strikes, and was that something you were looking for at that point, or were you still thinking about getting it back to the ground and sinking a submission in?
You know, I didn't want the fight to be that boring, I guess. I know that can be my downfall, and I got rocked, even though I was never in panic because I pieced him up really good. But as soon, like, I found out his timing. I found out his timing with the strikes. You actually, if you watch the fight, you can actually see when I feinted, he bite on it, and right when he was about to throw, I threw. Like, I found out his timing perfectly. And as soon as that happened, there was no need really to go to the ground. I was just riding with it until like he rocked me, and once he rocked me, you saw me going straight for the takedown again. So, you know, I was just riding the wave, seeing how it goes. Also wanted to show the people I'm not just a wrestler. I can strike, you know. I have clean boxing. So yeah, I was just riding the wave, and as soon as I got rocked by that, it was a beautiful head kick. I just took it to the ground and started to work my normal routine again. But then as we got up, he was getting desperate. He was throwing a lot, so like that was an easy drop.
Okay, and just one more for me. Who do you want to fight out of the other semi-final? Obviously, Ocean Man's your sparring partner. You've beat Bang Bang already. Is there one of those you think's an easier fight?
Incredible question, Matt.
I mean, it's tough to say, honestly. You hit me with a good one there. I didn't think of that. They both have a case, because I played against Ocean Man before, like fighting against him. Like, you should have seen the sparring we had. It was wars. Like, we went 5 rounds, you know, non-stop, just beat the shit out of each other. But I have unfinished business with Bang Bang, because that was a controversial win, and I want to make it right. I want to dominate him. You know, I want to set the record. But man, like, I don't know who's going to win between them. I really don't know, because they're both really good fighters. We just got to see. But right now, I'd say it's tough, man. But I slightly prefer Bang Bang, because I have something to prove.
Okay, well, congrats on the win. I'll see you in the final.
Thanks.
Beautiful fight, beautiful performance. I can't wait to see what Beamler brings to the table in the next one, and hopefully I'll be able to see 2 of my teammates there in the championship. Carry this team to gold, because we all know I'm not doing it. Beautiful fight, guys.
I will.
Great commentary squad, and Dean, I just want you to know I can't wait to have you back in the table with us.
Gonna be excited to be back. See you guys.
All right, we are here post-fight with the award ceremony. I'm going to pass it off to Matt Rex. Matt, you go ahead and let the folks know who won what awards.
Okay, so the first award we have is for the knockout of the night, which goes to Daniel Beamler for his knockout in the second round against Bang Bang, which is a very nice hook. Clean flush knockout. You know, you can't ask for a better finish than that.
Yeah, no, you really can, and it was a beautiful front kick to the left hook, if I recall, man. Great performance there, and you go ahead and go on to the second award.
Okay, so our second award is for the performance of the night, which goes to Dean Koepka for his, just the performance over Tony. Really, apart from getting wobbled once, he dominated the fight. He took it where he wanted to, and eventually finished it beautifully with an armbar.
Yeah, 2 teammates of mine so far. And you go ahead and take it to the fight of the night. Who did we get down as fight of the night?
And lastly, fight of the night, there was really only one option, which was Ragnar versus Jack Canetti. It was a brawl. It was back and forth. Ragnar
Was the
unfortunately
opener,
coming out
man.
on the wrong end of it. It was a hell of a way to open RFC 1 on Xbox.
Definitely was, and I think it was a great performance, man. I think both guys really showed out there and raised their stock, even though Ragnar is winless. I definitely want to see him fight again. Moving on, we got a few other things, man. So you guys enjoy those win bonuses. We'll figure something out to get some incentive for you guys. We've got 6 winners now, 3 on the PS4, 3 on the Xbox One, and we're only gonna have more. So but what I want to get into now is the official RFC 2 Xbox card. It is announced, it is official, it is in full. And so without further ado, let me get into it, man. The opener is going to be me, Uncle Jendo, versus Devin. This is going to be a battle of strikers. I'm trying to bang, he's trying to bang. And Matt Rex, who do you got in that one, man? You think I can bounce back?
You certainly showed a lot of good flashes in your first fight. You know, just unfortunately got stopped.
Stoppages aren't fun, man. Not when you're on the receiving end. But after hopefully I right the ship, we've got Bang Bang looking to right the ship against Ragnar. And if you remember, man, Ragnar looked really good in that second round, and Bang Bang is a great striker. So I think we might actually be in for a hell of a fight.
Yeah, definitely. I think Bang Bang might have the slight advantage on the feet, but I don't know what Bang Bang's ground game's like when he's the one in control. So we don't know if he'll even take it though on that one.
We definitely don't, but after we figure that out, we'll see Vincenzo Palmero going off against Jack Canetti, and we've got 2 fights this evening that may be able to determine a contender for the winner of the world title fight, man. Vincenzo versus Jack Canetti is definitely one of them. Jack looked a little impressive, and what I'm hearing at the rumblings at the RFC is if he gets a win, he could get a title shot. Do you think he gets a win and then gets a shot at the belt?
He possibly could. I don't know how he's going to do with the pressure boxing from Vincenzo, though. Will he rely on the ground game a lot more? Because we didn't see too much of Vincenzo, though, against Marshall. Or will he crumble under that pressure and just get knocked out?
And then moving on, we will get to the co-main event, which will be Martial Law versus Jeremy Thuransky. And that is another fight that could spit out a title challenger, man. Both of those guys are coming off wins. Both of those guys looking real good. This is going to be a very fun fight to watch. It's going to be a very fun fight to see. Hopefully, we see a little bit more action than the last Thuransky fight, but Marshall brings it, and he's good on the ground, man. So I'm interested in seeing how it plays out. But this is the one I really want your opinion on. 2 Team Anaconda members. We've got Dean Kepka. We've got Daniel Beamler. We've got the Xbox One World Championship. How does this one play out, Matt?
This is going to be a very tough fight to call. I could see this fight going all the way, to be honest. There's 2 very accomplished grapplers. 2 guys who have similar striking ability. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Who can impose their will on the other guy and who can try and finish the other one? But I can't see it happening, personally. They're just too close in skill and they spar too often being part of Team Anaconda.
I can't wait to see how that one plays out, man. I'm excited, and I just hope for a great fight. It was another night of great fights here at RFC 1, and I want to send out a thank you to you, man. I needed somebody to step in on short notice. You jumped in there into the booth for Zane, and I think you've earned yourself a full-time spot here in our booth, and I hope you enjoyed calling RFC 1 with me. Is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Nothing apart from thank you for the opportunity. I've loved calling RFC 1 on Xbox with you. I can't wait to do some more comms with you guys down the road. And hopefully we get Zane back soon as well. It's not the same without him cracking all those jokes in the booth.
It sure isn't, man, but I'm sure I'll be seeing you on RFC 2 PS4 here shortly, man. This was a great